Afternoon, everybody. How we all doing? How we all doing? Bit late today. Had to go docs. I was going to see the vampire to take some blood out of my arm. Yeah, not a bad job. In and out, no problem at all. I think we've lost some people off the top because I think Theo's shown us on top. I'm not sure if Theo was in first, but he's in first on my list today, I think. Yes, he is. Afternoon, Theo, Colin, Rob Cross. Rob's not very well. Mac Vision, hi Mac Vision, hi Nick. George, George went and poisoned himself with old radios. Alan, how are you? Arena Engineering, Benji's in. Derek, hi Derek. Jess, good afternoon to you down in Holland. Phil Taylor, hi Phil. Doug, how you doing, Doug? I think I've got everybody. It's a bit drastic, isn't it, George? God only knows what they used. Dear, oh dear. Some good stuff, though. Obviously, it done the job, didn't it? It did the job. There's two above you, I know, Theo, but I had to restart this because it all froze up for some reason. And I lost the two on top. But there you go. I'm sure they'll make themselves known. So, yes, today I did promise that we'd finish off the R600 from Sunday. I can't remember who it was asking if I would do a follow-up on it. Someone on Sunday was asking if I could do it. So, hi Daniel, how are you? Just out of work? Yeah, I know someone did ask if I would do a follow-up on it, and this is the follow-up. I have done a little bit of work on this week. It's looking quite nice now. The owner Tom has said that I can have the other radio for spares, so I've given him a bit of a spruce up as in return for that, really. As I say, this was only in for a repair, really. It wasn't in for a restoration as such. Although, to be fair, what we've done to it is almost a restoration in its own, isn't it? So let's have a look at the radio. There he is. I think you'll agree it's looking a bit different than it was before. And one of the things I've done for Tom is I've given the dial plate a ceremonial polish. Look. So I've done that. The knobs have been through the ultrasonic cleaner. They're not perfect, but they're pretty good. They've come up quite nice. And you can see I've given the front a clean. The dent that was around here somewhere, I've managed to push most of that out. You can sort of still see it if you really look, but to be fair, you'd have a job to see that. And cleaned the back up as well. So all in all, and the strap. And one other thing I did, can you remember the speaker issues that I had? Well, not issues. This was the speaker that we were going to use, wasn't it? But I don't know if you can see on that. I don't know if you can see on that, but it looks like it's got really wet. And if you sort of hold it at an angle, it's all ripply. You can see it sort of on the back. See, it's all ripply. And if you push it in a certain... you can hear it rubbing. So the problem with the other one, Rob, thank you very much, Rob. Yeah, there. Can you hear that rubbing? I'm sure you can. So it was making like a little buzzing noise when I had the volume turned up a bit. But if you remember, the other one was rusted, wasn't it? So that's why I chose that one, because it was in better condition. Well, I decided to bite the bullet and mask it off yesterday, and we now have what looks like a brand new speaker roller, and I painted this with Hammerite Smoothite, so you can spray that directly on the rust. It seals all the rust in and it'll stop it rusting again. So there you go. So there you are, Tom. I've resprayed your speaker. How I did that, I just put some blue roll in the cutouts, masked off the magnet, and masked off the terminals down here. And there's no overspray whatsoever. And it's a lot nicer speaker if you look inside. You can see, I'm sure you can see the difference, can't you? So the one that I thought was a better speaker was a worse speaker. There's no rubbing on this one at all. So there you go. So that one's got to go back in. The other issue that I had, if you remember, was the Vhf Tuning Module. It does actually, doesn't it? It does look like a new one. The other issue I had was the Vhf Tuning Module. So let me see if it's brought my photos back up again. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. So let me just get down and show you what I found on that. Okay, so this is the module out of the radio. So one of the issues we had was the spring was missing, wasn't it? So I pulled this out of the radio because it was doing all sorts of weird things. It was just winding and winding, it wouldn't stop. Are we going to go that way? So yeah, you can see hopefully by that we've got a nice groove cut all the way around that. So this was absolutely knackered, as I thought. You know, the gears are stripped on it, so it was sort of biting, but when you got to the end it just turned round and round, and it just sounded terrible, and it was just messing up the dial cord altogether. So let's progress, a couple more shots of it. So this is that top cover taken off now. You can see there's like what do you call it, a preload washer or something on there that just puts a bit of tension on it. So what I did is I had this spare top. I mean, the shaft is in a different position, so I think this has come out of an R707, or it might come out of one of the Hackers, because I think Hacker used this VHF tuner on some of their radios. But obviously the spindle is in that hole in the existing one. If we go back, yeah, you can see it's in. You can't see it very well there because it's yeah, oh yeah. So I had to pull the pulley off and take the dial cord off. And if you note the pointer there, you can see the end of it's all sort of corroded off. So I've actually changed the dial cord in this as well now, and I've put the dial cord and the pointer from the other radio in this one, so it's got a properly painted, decent pointer now as well. And you can see underneath there, that's the grub screw. You've got to take the grub screw off to take the mechanism out. And that's just pictures of the wiring, so I know where to wire it back to. Let's just flick through these again then, get to where we wire it. Right, okay, so this is the thing. So I found this one, and this has got a brass spindle, and it's got proper brass splined teeth on it. So you can see I've got the spring on it now, and I've now put this brass one in. I have altered the spring since, because it's got to be preloaded to just about 1 notch off the end. So I had to pull all this back out again and readjust the spring. And there we are. You can see I'm back now with the dial pointer out the other set. A lot of work, but it's well worth it. And now you can see we've got our metal brass tuning spindle, which is far better. Why on earth they decided to make them out of plastic? I mean, it's just penny pinching it. I mean, you can see the volume one here is plastic. Plastic spindles are not good. Got to be brass. So next thing, if you remember on this one, this is the dial plate off of the other radio. So I've had to swap the dial plates as well. But this one, it had the switch in the headphone socket bypassed. So I've just bent the tab back and pulled it out. And that was the inside of it. A nice bit of verdigris in there as well for me. Bit of verdigris. Let me just get my text up here. Steve 7931. Hi Steve, how are you? So yeah, this is the headphone socket, and I mean, you can see the connection there just about. Basically, this piece here just makes connection with this center tab on this part here. And if there's any corrosion in there, as soon as someone pushes a thing or any dust in there, as you can see, there is dust in it. As soon as someone pushes the headphone socket in, it moves this away from that switch. And then routes the signal out through here instead of there. You know what I mean? So it just opens that switch when you push a headphone plug in it, or earphone plug. So this was open circuit when I tested it, but there we go, all cleaned up. I've put some bit more tension on that, so I've bent that a bit further across, cleaned it all up, and it's back in the radio. So there we are. That's what I've done to it. So it's had quite a lot. Verdigris, Marmite, same thing. I wouldn't want to spread verdigris on me toast though, Richard, but I do like a drop of Marmite. So yeah, there we are. That's where we are so far with it. I've only put it back in the case just for protection, really. So let's get it back out, if it'll come back out. So I've got most of it back together. There's still a bit to do. I haven't done it all. So I've also just checked the IFs underneath here. I've took all these labels off. I've glued all these back on now. I took all these labels off to do the adjustments, and doesn't really need doing. But we'll check the RF alignment in a minute, and we also need to do the quiescent current and midpoint voltage. But that's all back together, all wired back in, and ready to go. So let's give it a quick demo. Let's get me leads. Where are we? Where's my leads gone? There we go. We should be on 9 volts. Check that down. I've got to sort that battery connector as well. So I've got the headphone socket all back in now. That's all back together. And I've just got the power supply bridged because that's got a switch in it as well, which confused me earlier. I'm easily confused, so I'm going to put the just the other speaker back in for a second. Let's just turn that off because we'll need to stick the other one in once we get it back in the set. It's just a quick test, and as I say, I've got the output meter there ready. I've also took the aerial out of the other one and given that a service. That's working absolutely perfect now. So we'll stick that in while I'm here, while I think about it. Otherwise I'll end up putting the whole set back together and leaving the aerial out. Done it before, and I'll do it again, I'm sure. Right, I think we're good to go. Let's make sure that doesn't short out on anything. Pain in the neck. Put away. Right, fire in the hole, volume. That's medium wave. Isn't Doozle on, is it? Nope. Something there. Long wave. So it should have radio 4.
Between condoning and supporting something. Absolutely. As opposed to standing up for free speech.
The reason why I've gone through a number of examples is that
FM.
get in touch with us and pick a working. What is the other?
So the dial alignment is fine. I've checked that. Once I got the pointer in the right place, it was all good. So we're fine. We're working. We are working. Hello, it's all gone quiet in here. I am still live, aren't I? Yeah, okay, no worries. You're just in awe, aren't you? So there you go, all working. So we need to have a look at some of the adjustments on it. So I think the first thing we need to do is the amplifier adjustments, I believe, or it might be that it says to do it the other way around. I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's have a little looky at the instructions. Okay, it's decided it's going to go. Okay. Right. You should be able to see this. So this is the trader sheet. These are pretty good. I've got the original Roberts one somewhere, but trader sheets are pretty good, to be fair. I would say they're as good as the manufacturer's instructions in a lot of cases, and in a lot of cases they're copied straight off of the manufacturer's instructions. But so you can see from the schematic there that we've got this link. And this is our adjustment points. And this is on the bottom of the VHF module, not the IF module. It's saying the AM oscillator core is in there. But, we shouldn't need to touch that. So circuit alignment. Tune the alignment, yes, yeah, okay. IF, so there's no alignment instructions for the IF transformers, and no attempt should be made to realign them. Well, we're not going to realign them. Allow 15 minutes warm up. Well, I've had this generator on for nearly an hour now, so it's nice and warm. So it says rotate the tuning control fully anti-clockwise and check the cursor coincides with the low frequency end of the tuning scale. Certainly does. Yeah. Okay. In fact, it might be ever so slightly too far, that one now. Now I've got the top actually back on. Yeah, let's just loosen that a fraction. Oh, God dear. So I've got, I don't want to take the top off again. I just have to reach in with pliers. You can't see what I'm up to. I'm just trying to get the actual spindle or the tuning marker lined up properly. Spindle? What the hell are you going on about, Graham? Just turn that power off again a minute. Get the pointer centered on the dial plate. So I've just loosened the grub screw to do that. Okay, so basically I've got to rotate it fully anti-clockwise. Switch to medium wave. Tune to the 200 meter calibration mark. Okay. So have you all memorized this? Let's get back to the radio. I'll keep this screen open up. Just check the chat, make sure you're all still awake. Marmite coming on. You like Marmite flavoured crisps? I got Marmite flavoured cashew nuts downstairs, Nick. That's a bit of an acquired taste, but it does sort of work. Marmite cashew nuts. Right, okay. So there's our scale. Hopefully you can see that. Let me have a look. Make sure that I centre it so you can see what I'm up to. No, you can't. That's useful. Excellent. Right. So get that down a little bit. Get you in on the dial. There we go. So it says to put it on the 200 meter mark. We'll see that's on the medium wave scale, so let's go over to the 200 meter mark, which is right over this side. There we are. Just there. Evening, Phil. How are you? I'm Dave Rhodes, Ganesh. Right, that's that. I'm going to stick a little bit of tape over that red wire and black wire there. Don't trust it not to short out on anything. The last thing we want to be doing at this stage is taking out our output transistors. Okay, so we're on our calibration mark. I need to, what's it saying? I need to put, so I need my signal generator. I've got my little coupling loop, my botched up coupling loop. Frequency I need to be on for this first one, 1500 kilohertz, so 1500. No, it doesn't like me doing that, so it wants 1.5 megahertz. It likes that. 30% AM. To give us any idea what signal level? Okay. 30% modulated. FM 25 kilohertz deviation. Whoa. Audio output meter, look at 5 ohms to be used in place of the loudspeaker. So we've got the good old Marconi there. Let's get this case out of the way. Good old Marconi. Let's get that one set up. Let's get a couple of these jumper wires. Whoa. So we're over on the Marconi meter now. Let's just disconnect these speaker wires. Get the speaker out of the way. I mean, there is actually enough room to actually connect these up, but I'm going to use the jumpers. It gets them out of the way. So again, this is another thing you don't want shorting out. You don't want to touch these together. That's not a great bit of wire on there. I need to redo that in a minute. Let's put the other one this way, so they're pulling in opposite directions. And we need to be on the 5 ohms setting, so we'll go to ×1. 5 ohms. 5 ohms. I thought the speaker itself was 25 ohms. No, it's 5 ohms. Okay. Of course, I'm thinking of the R707, aren't I? This is only 5 ohms, this speaker. Right, okay. So we got to... So we're pretty much set up there now. Got the signal generator on. 1.5 megs. I don't know what output I'm going to need on it. I've got 30% modulation. Let's get the signal tracer in so we can just listen to that signal. Because I do like to hear it, but I don't need it full whack. So let's turn it on. So we should get some sort of signal there. Let's just... Okay, so it's a little bit off, you can hear it there. So it needs to be there. So I've got to adjust in the back of the VHF tuner. So it says I've got to do the AM oscillator and the AM aerial. Right, I'm getting there, people. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Rotation, anti-clockwise, check cursor coincide the low frequency. Okay, yeah. Adjust the AM oscillator and aerial trimmers for maximum output. Right, okay. So if I go over to my screen now, you can see the AM aerial is this one in the far corner, and then the AM oscillator is directly opposite. So you normally do the oscillator first. Yeah, oscillator, then aerial trimmer for maximum output. So can I show you that? I might be able to. Let's do that under there out of the way. No, it needs to be somewhere else. Let's see if I can see what the overhead camera looks like. Yeah, you can sort of see the just get a bit of light over this side, really. So the adjustment points are in here. There's 4 little capacitor trimmers in the back here. So the first one is the oscillator, so we need to find that signal. So let's go to there for a second. I might be able to get that down a little bit lower. So you want to be able to see the meter really as well. Just see if I can hear that. I don't know why this meter seems to be going backwards when it finds the signal. I suppose it's because the noise is more. So we need to just turn this first one. Let's see if just get that a little bit better. Let's put that one in number 3 then. No, not that one in number 3. That one in number 3. That's better. Right, so if I turn this one, hopefully, let me just make sure I can. Yeah. Okay, so you can hear it. So I'm going to set that to the 200 mark. I'm going to turn this one. And nothing. I'm wondering if they got those the wrong way round. Let me get another trimmer a minute. It's not the greatest trimmer on the planet. You're falling asleep. I do apologise for putting you to sleep there. That's got that little one fit in there. Okay, that's better. He says. Well, we don't appear to be able to change the oscillator with that. I wonder if we need to be using the one in the... Ah, maybe that's the one then. Yeah. Okay, so now we need to... So they're the wrong way round. Or I read it wrong. There he is. So that's done. Let's just get the camera up a little bit. Zoom in on the meter there, because you don't want to see the radio really. You just want to see where I'm adjusting it to. So yeah, I think you can see that. So yeah, it sounds like that's the oscillator and that's the aerial. I'm sure in that trader sheet it said it was the other way around. I might be cracking up, mind you. Ah, no, it is right. Yeah, so that's the oscillator and that's the aerial. So I don't think I can improve on that at all. Let's use that one of those tools, a bit easier to get in there. Whoa. There he is. That's as best as I can get. Okay, then turn it to 536 meter calibration mark. So let's right down the other side. There's a little tiny pip on the dial for that one. Right, I'm on there. So now I need to put in, what do I need to put in now? I need to put in 560 kilohertz. Right, now what do I need to adjust? Slide L2 along the ferrite for maximum output. Well, this is L2, is the ferrite rod down here. The coil on the ferrite. Is he going to move? Is he how? Just get him moving. Okay. It's getting worse, so I need to go back the other way. No, so he was pretty much bang on anyway. Oh, steady. There he is. That's peaked. Okay, repeat 2 and 3. Switch to long wave. CV1 and CV2 for maximum output. So it says feed in. Okay, this is fun because the 200 meter calibration mark. Let's have a look. Switch to long wave. 200 meter calibration marks right over here again, but this is right by. No, it's not. No, it's not. So what have I got to feed in there? I need to feed in 263 kilohertz. I can hear it. It's got all the usual noise in this room, unfortunately. It's got loads of noisy things in here, but you can hear it. It's there. So I'm going to have to flip the radio over for this one, I think, because I think the adjustments are on the other side. So let me just flip it, if I can, without disconnecting and shorting everything out. So let me just get the other camera set up and I can show you what I'm adjusting then. Let's just disconnect that one for a second. Okay, I think it's that one. Hey, Graham, how you doing, mate? You're a noisy thing. Why are you noisy, Graham? Anyway, that's right in the way now, isn't it? That's a great bit of camera work. Excellent. Let's just have a look to see which one we've got to adjust then for long wave. So it says long wave, I've got to adjust CV1 and CV2 for maximum output. So that's this one here and that one there. So that's CV1, that's CV2. Okay. So switch back to the camera. Let's stick the, zoom that out a bit. Can I get them both in the shot at the same time? I sort of can. Was that, I'm waiting on a phone call for Mrs. Cruncher's car. I'm supposed to be picking it up today, but the mechanic's gone AWOL. It's how I came out. Right. Well, there's our a bit noisy signal. So we need to see if we can adjust those two to get it a bit better. So we're going to need a bigger screwdriver for that. See, it's easier to do it by ear, really, isn't it? That's that one, and this one. Steady. Yeah, we'll need to use a non-metallic tool for that. Let's see if this one that Doug let me have will work. Seems very wide-banded, that. And that one again. That's that. What else have we got? What else have we got? That's it for that. To be fair, it was pretty much there anyway. Switch to VHF, switch off the AFC. Okay, we're going to... I'm upside down now, so that's on. AFC's got to be switched off, which is the button pushed in. Rotate control fully clockwise. Loosely couple the RF cord to the telescopic aerial. That's easy enough to do. Do that like that. Feed in 108. Adjust FM oscillator and FM RF trimmer for maximum output. So I think we're on, you should be on screen cap now. So I'm on down here at the moment for those that are following along. If anybody is, you might have all got bored to death now and you've all turned off, but I'm doing number 8 and 9, look. So I've got VHF, I've gone fully anti-clockwise. So I should be able to hear 108 down that end. So I've got to adjust the RF and FM RF and oscillator trimmers, which again I think are up on that little jobby. So again, it's the opposite diagonal then. So it's the oscillator at the top and the RF at the bottom. Which one does it want doing first? Does it matter? Oscillator first. Oscillator's the top one. So we're back on the bottom of the radio. Let's just get that lined up for there. So we're back in the bottom of the, if I can line the camera up, come on, you know you want to. Come on. There we go. Let's go in a little bit closer. Right, so that's our little 4 adjustments. So it's these two opposites now. So it's that one first and then that one. So let's stick the aerial coil over to couple that in. And I've got to put in a 108 megahertz. I've now got to go to FM and I've got to put 25 kilohertz in. 25 kilohertz. Why isn't it doing that? Why aren't you doing that? No, it's 1 kilohertz modulation frequency. It should be 25. It won't get me off of AM for some reason. Amplitude. Okay, modulation frequency deviation. I want 25 kilohertz. Let's try 0.25 megahertz. No, that's radiant. Okay, my test set's got a bit bonkers at the moment. Why is it doing this? I don't know. Let's turn it off and turn it back on again. That's the best bet. Tell them you know Radiocruncher will be forgiven. Michael, how are you? Don't answer the door. Right, I don't know why my test set is refusing to go into FM. So we've got our amplitude set at 1 millivolt, FM at 25 kilohertz. It won't do it. Frequency 108 megahertz, FM 25 kilohertz. Bizarre. Bizarre. It's never usually a problem. Don't need to be in volts, does it now? 25 kilohertz. I'm doing something not right here. Something blatantly obvious on my signal generator, but it's not having none of it. It's not having it today. I don't want AM, I want FM, please. Give me FM. Modulation frequency. No, I want FM at 25 kilohertz. Perhaps I won't do that. 5 kilohertz. We'll do 2.5 kilohertz, that. Perhaps it don't go up that high. 12.5 kilohertz, yeah, that's 25 kilohertz. No, it won't do 25. Why does it want 25 kilohertz deviation on it? Yeah. No, I've got it going, it'll only do 12.5 kilohertz max. Let's just put that one full screen a second. Yeah, it'll only do 12.5 kilohertz max, look. Maybe that's all it'll do, maybe that's all it wants to do. So you can see the 12.5 there, deviation. Let me just double check that I've got that right. It might be a misprint. It might want 2.5. 25 kilocycles deviation. And an FM output of 25 kilocycles. That's a big deviation. That's hellish, isn't it? Am I doing this the wrong way around? I mean, if I type in 25 kilohertz, it just goes. Let's try type in 15. So let me do 15, 20. Let me do 20, 21. No, so 20 kilohertz is the maximum deviation this will do. Oh well. That's a hellish loud signal, mind you. Let's turn that on. That is there, 108, 20 kilohertz with a 1 kilohertz tone. I can't hear nothing.
Married. Okay. Steve.
So clearly we're not quite on 108. Let's mess with the frequency. Oh, come on, you silly thing. 107, 106, 105, 104, no, 109, 108. Should be able to hear that. Literally coupled right into the aerial. I can hear it. Oh, I can just about hear it. That's weak though, isn't it? I think we're a bit off there. I think we're a bit off, that's the problem. Okay, let's switch back to the let's just switch back to that a minute. Let me retrieve the camera. Get it back down onto the business end of things. Let's move this a little bit in out the way. That should be a pretty huge signal, so I think it's just a fraction off the end of the scale. So we need to do the FM oscillator first, which was this one. Just jam that in so we can hear it. Hang on. So let's try adjusting that one. Let's turn that amplitude back down. Hi Chris, by the way. Sorry mate. Oh, I'll knock that thing off again, am I? So that's it. It will go to 108 then. You can't really see what I'm up to now because I'm back down the bottom here, messing about with the FM module. Right, that's that done anyway. Painful to drive, I know it is, Chris. It is painful. It's always painful for me, you know that. It's always painful for me. I'll come back over here because I'm out of shot with that one. We're landing shortly. It does look like it. You think there may be a wide in the menu functions. Yeah, FM wideband is number 8. I wonder what that does then. Let's go on. 8 on. No, I haven't got that option, I don't think, Chris. No, I have no number 8 on 08. Oh, okay. Where's on? Oh, I do have on 08. I have a little lighty come on, look. I'll get you over there a minute. So FM wideband, look, is 08. It doesn't seem to have made any difference to the display, mind you. Doesn't seem to have made a lot of difference. Oh, it's taken the modulation frequency off. Maybe it's done something anyway. We'll leave it on wide, shall we? We should be able to turn the main light on now for FM. So let's get back down to the radio situation. And our meter. Now what we've got to do next. So we've got the 108 done. Oh, FM, I've got to do the RF trimmer as well. I forgot about the RF trimmer. That's the one down here, down the bottom. No, wrong one. It's that one. If I can get the tool in there we go. That just made it worse, really. Where's my volume? I might want to turn that signal level up a bit. 500 microvolts. Let's put 1. Got very touchy, the aerial one. Let's try the oscillator again. Difficult to get to from this angle, really. Oh, that's some. Trouble is, that might just be noise. Let's have a. No, it's not noise, it is the signal. Let's turn that down a bit. Well, that has improved it. Well, it's massively improved it. That's the only adjustment for FM. That's strange, isn't it? Because normally you'd adjust it at both ends of the band, but it's just adjusted at the top end. So let's just pop that off a minute and let's have a listen. Well, it is lined. That is very good, actually. Okay, that's that done. So, audio adjustments next. This is the quiescent current and midpoint voltage. Okay, so let's sort these cameras out a minute. Let's get the cameras sorted out and get the bench tidied up a minute. That one can go off now. It's good. That's another noise less. We can disconnect and remove the output speaker. The output meter speaker. Where's the goats? Where's the goats? Yeah, I should think so. Right. Let's get myself sorted and we'll do the quiescent current and midpoint voltage. I've just bashed my Rayco Dana. Give that a good beating. Just connect that speaker back up. Get rid of my good old trusty signal tracer. I still need to do the probes for that other one. So many things I've got to finish off here. Right. How are we doing? So we should be. Oh. Let's turn it that way up. Then we can hear it a bit better. I haven't got any wire connected to the aerial whatsoever. It's fully down, so let's get a couple of these wires. So I'm sure you'll be able to see from this, Rob, that you really do have to have some test kit to do the alignments on these radios. You can sort of do it by ear a little bit, but really you do want a signal generator.
Mention an apology. The Weekday has agreed for the former boss.
Oh, I've got the... Okay, yeah, it sounds very nice. These radios do sound particularly nice, actually. It's one of the reasons I like them. Plus the fact they've got a module in them. You've got to like anything with a module in, haven't you? You've got to love a module. Right, what are we doing here? So, okay, let's turn that picture off. Right. Let's get the camera down so we can see the radio, because we need to sort out the midpoint voltage and quiescent current. So let's just pop the power off. Let's have a look at the guts of them. The guts of them. So we need to be in this area, because this is where the link is to, well, I assume it is from memory. So it's a little while since I've done one of these. Okay. We're going to need that one. Let's get that out of the way. Just trying to have a bit of a clear up ready. So we're going to need a multimeter or two. I think you can do it with just one on this one. It's not as difficult as the Hackers. That's because it's a simpler amplifier. Right, let me get the instructions up for doing this this part of it then. Did you get your signal tracer, Robert? Okay. Graham means you have to have the big boys toys to do this job. You can do it to a certain degree by ear, but you do need a signal generator, really. You can get away without an output meter. You can just use an AVO across the speaker connections, really. You get a hell of a noise when you're doing that, because you do have to turn the volume up fairly loud. Okay, so this is what we're doing now. We are doing the what it calls audio adjustments. So we need to make sure, first of all, that we've got 9 volts exactly across the C24. And C24 is this one here, which in our case is just C24. That's the bottom one, so it's that one there. Yeah, it's basically across the positive and negative, isn't it? Right, okay. Well, we've got 9 volts because we've got a regulated power supply there, and it's pretty accurate, to be fair. It's going to be 0.1 out, maybe. It's not going to be far off. So we've got 2 pots on this one, I think. We've got RV3 and RV2. Look, that's going to be our adjustment points. So let's have a look. So it says you've got to connect a milliamp meter in the black flex link on the foil side and adjust RV3 to give an output stage quiescent current of 3.5 milliamps at 20 degrees centigrade. Allow 1 minute and recheck. Remove the meter and reconnect link. Connect an oscilloscope to the output across the 5 and turn the volume control to maximum. Okay. Well, we've got a couple of things here. Connect a voltmeter. First of all, we've got to do this one then. 4.7 volts. So junction of TR5 and TR6 emitters. So TR5 and TR6 are the output transistors. TR5, TR6. Down here. That's these two. And that's that point there, I believe. Let's just check that. There's no board layout on this as such. So it's basically the positive of C23 is where we need to be. Let's go to the schematic just so you know what the hell I'm going on about, what I'm rabbiting on about. So there's our two emitters on TR5 and TR6, and we want to be connected along here somewhere, so probably the positive, I get confused which is positive, yeah, that's the positive leg of C23, look, and C23 is the big one at the back there. Can I get at the leg of that one? C23, ooh, steady. Positive leg of C23. Is that one? So it's basically this whole area. It's basically this trace here is the emitters joining together, and C23 is down here. So it's basically, I need to test the voltage at that point between there and ground, and that should be 4.7 volts. So let's check that to start with. Let's just clip that one in there for the minute. Just see what you can see, and I've got just RV2. Let's just get you up down a little bit. So as I say, this should be 4.7. And that's 9. Probably because it was turned off. So it's 4.2 at the moment. Let's just tune off of that station. So that should be 4.7. Okay. So it's a little way off. RV2, which one's RV2? Not Harvey2, RV2 is the one down near the bottom of the board. So is there any way I can clip that onto anything? Could have done with just leaving the leg on the capacitor a bit big, really, couldn't I? Yeah, might clip it onto there. Let's have a quick look go. It's going to be easier. Oh. If I can clip it on. Will it stay there though? These clips aren't the best. No, stay there. No. Okay, I'm just going to have to try and adjust it. I can't really... Can I show you what I'm doing? Probably. Probably somehow. Right, where are you looking there, Graham? Where are we? Okay. I want to be adjusting this one there. Yeah, okay. Focus, chuck a bit of light on the subject. We'll stick that one in picture number 3. Okay, so you can see the pot I've got to adjust there. So I'm going to get my tool in there. Let's pop the power on again. And, let's put the tool in. Jumping all over the shop, isn't it? Okay, let's give that a squirt of Servisol. Missed it totally. Do that one while I'm in there. Let's give that a little wiggle around. Try that again. You can't see it now, can you? Up, down, left, right. Aim a bit, right a bit. Fire. The ferrite's in the way there. There we are. There he is. Right. Let's find my testing point again, which is there. Wrong way. That's close enough. That is close enough. 4.7. So it's changing as it's warming up, but dogs. Right, let's just double check that again. Yeah, I'm happy with that, 4.7. Okay, let's just turn it off. Let's just pop the power off there. Right, this is where we've got to remove the link now. says it's a black wire, sometimes it's a grey wire. I think in this case it is the black wire. Let's just find where we are on the main camera. A bit of glare on there, Basically the wire goes from the output transistor back onto the board, and it's this black wire in here. Can you see it? This little fine one. It's easier to disconnect it from this end. So let's get the soldering iron on. I'm just going to lift that one off the board up the top here. Difficult because of the light, really, to sort of, yeah. Well, let's get it off the board. So it's this one here. So that's broke the output, the connection to the output. So I think what we'll do is we'll just pop a little solder leg or something on there. Little capacitor leg to join onto with the meter, just to make it easier. So we've got to get into milliamp mode now, the meter. Milliamp scale. So connect one to that black wire that we just disconnected. Other one to that one. There we go. So, fire in the hole. What are we looking for? We are looking probably 3 milliamps, is it? Let's have a look. Evening, Rich. How are you? 3.5 milliamps. So this is where we are. Look, connect the black link, adjust RV3 to give an output stage quiescent current of 3.5 milliamps, allow 1 minute and then recheck, remove the, so that's pretty easy, isn't it? Then we can have a look at this last one. Adjust RV2 for symmetry onset of clipping. So although we've set it here, I mean, this, you don't have to do this last bit really. Once you've set it there, it should be pretty close, but basically you've got to turn it up full whack to just it for I've got to put an audio signal on it. Am I allowed to pass an audio signal to the top of the volume control and increase the input until clipping is apparent? We can see if we've got time to do that. What's the time now? 6:30. Right, fire in the hole. Absolutely no quiescent current whatsoever. Nothing. Nada. Why? Why can we not measure the quiescent current, Graham? Let's give it a tweak. Maybe it's turned right down. Okay. Interesting. Why haven't we got any quiescent current? Meters right, it's on the milliamp scale. I wonder if it's my leads. Or maybe the meter's knackered. Maybe I popped the milliamp fuse. It wouldn't be the first time. Let's just try some different probes a minute. It would not be the first time I popped the milliamp scale fuse. Okay, yeah, it's the leads. Okay, let's go the right way round. So we're looking for 3.5 milliamps. Let's get you on the meter. So I'm adjusting RV3 now to give 3.5. So he says as he knocks his lead off. Let's get in there. Come on. It's very touchy, isn't it? You want the volume down minimum for it. They don't ask you to ground out the output like they do on the hackers, but I need some new leads. I need some new multimeter leads, or definitely needed. I mean, these are the Agilent ones, which should be pretty good, that came with a meter, but they're not the best by a long shot. That's settling. It's very touchy though. So you want to try and set this right because it gives you a better sound. So touchy. .7. The screwdriver that I need for it, I busted the end off of. Come on. Oh, it's rubbish. Even ceramic screwdrivers affecting it, look. I wonder if it's because I've got switch cleaner in it. Let's just give it a blowout a minute. Still had quite a bit of switch cleaner floating around in it. Yeah, these skeleton pots aren't very good, are they? Just going to give that a bit of a workout a minute. I think he's still dirty. Let's try that again. Oh dear, oh dear. I think we're going to leave it there. What a nightmare that is. Okay. We're going to do that. I'm not going to do the onset of clipping thing because I need to get this thing back together. We just haven't got time. It doesn't really make a lot of difference, to be fair. No one's going to run this thing at maximum volume. If they do, they'll need a new speaker pretty soon. So that's pretty much it aligned. It's pretty easy, isn't it, really, compared to a lot of them. The IF you don't need to touch because that's fixed. Let's have a look what we're on. Oh, did I just do all of that on the... Oh, apologies. I did all of that on the wrong picture, didn't I? Never mind. Abdullah, how are you? Sharp GF 777. Most of those old Sharp cassette players are really good. No lightning here, Chris, luckily. RV, ZX, how you doing? Didn't see you pop in there, mate. Still showing text on the screen. Apologies, Rich. I mean, I was just adjusting RV3 there, which is the one you can see in there. Really, really touchy. I did get it to 3.5 in the end, but what a game. What a faff. So I'm just going to disconnect the pins again. Pin that I put on there. Reconnect the output. And that's it. It can go back together. Alignment is done. Yeah, boomboxes are pretty good. I'm not sure. I think the 777 is the huge one, isn't it? With the double cassette in it. Just off the top of my head, I do have a Sharp GF here somewhere, but not one of those. I think that's the big boy, which is a cracking one, and they do fetch some big money actually now. Right, let's get this lovely repainted speaker back in. Let's get me nuts and bolts out. Anybody looking for a 1960s jukebox? Oh, I'd love one, Steve, but I don't think I've got enough room here for it. We did look at buying one, but they are crazy money, aren't they? So I'm just putting the speaker back on. Let's turn that light off on there. That's going to bug me. Couple washers and a couple nuts. It doesn't help having the two of the same chassis here, really, two of the same cases, because I ended up putting a load of stuff. I took some stuff off of the other chassis and ended up putting it back on the same chassis because if you remember, this piece in here was badly rusted. So I've changed it for the other one because the other one was pretty good. So that's our speaker back in. What else have we got to do? Nothing. We've got to drop the chassis back in with all its wires. So we've got the speaker wires, we've got the wires for that, and we've got the okay. Right, did I put that in? No, that's the best it is. Okay, let's turn it on its side. Speaker. I bet that's a pretty penny, isn't it, Steve? Is that Mike Atlantis in? I'm sorry if I didn't see Mike drop in. Hello, Mike, how are you? I'll tell you what I haven't blimmin' done, and I always forget this. You've got to put these in first. Damn. Out it comes again. Always forget that one. So that goes in that little slot there. Again, I'm using the better one of the two. Let's try it again. In she goes again. better. Two case ones in to make sure we've got all our wires. None of them are hooked up anywhere. No, all good. That looks a bit loose. Let's just tighten that up. A little loose, but it's tight. And the other side. Right way around, am I? Okay. Right, wiring. Speaker. Let's put a bit of fresh solder on that one. Actually, I need to just sort that wire out. That wire's pretty rough. Charlie Drake sang a song about his boomerang not coming back. Let's redo these wires. Been off one too many times, I think. That. Grab the phone, let's have a look at the pictures. Let's have a look at the lovely pictures. Just to find out which way the speaker wires, the external power wires went on. So we've got red on one side, green on the other. So it's red on that one. Again, these have been off a few times, so let's just redo those. It's going to be black on the bottom. It's not very good. better. Green. There we are, sorted. So we try on battery first as well. Let's grab a battery. Can I find a PP9 when I need one? Yes, here we go. Oh, this is one of our lithium ion ones. Oh, actually, got to get this off of my... That's a pain. Yeah. I won't do that now. I'll do that tomorrow. Let's put that one in there out of the way. Let's get my power supply, 9 volts. Stick it up the back end. And it won't fit because it's too far away. Okay. It doesn't want to play, this one, does it? It just does not want to play.
Giftgaff and Classic FM want you to pick up your phone and have a proper chat. Between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. every evening this week, Giftgaff members get all...
In the UK, but the app shows massive in the States, isn't it? These territory very close to where they were born.
Thank you all for your concern, and can everyone now please leave? Why?
Because, if you must know, I was about to kiss Mitch. Can we watch? No, of course you can't.
Party poopers.
Now everyone out, please.
Thank you, this way.
There you go. She lives. Sorry, I had to turn the light off now because it won't work on... it won't work on long wave with that light on. So there we are. One Roberts R600 done. Or another Roberts R600 done. So I'm sure they'll be pleased with that when it comes back. Another radio off of my repair pile, which is always good because I do have a lot on there. I've just got to say, I've just got to pull that battery clip that's snapped off in there out of this. If I can't get it out, I'll just solder another one of those on. So that, people, is it, because we're going to have to go and get Mrs. Cruncher's car now before tea. So hopefully you've enjoyed that today. It's always a bit of a pain in the neck trying to do an alignment live. It's much better really to record it. Then you don't see all the messing about in between. You just see the sort of final tweaks. Makes it a bit more informative. But I'm sure you got the gist of all that. I got me baddies. The vampires have got me. There you go, people. It's looking really good. It's all finished, and it can go back to its owner. We'll get it boxed up, and we'll get it sent away tomorrow or the day after. Glad you've enjoyed that. As I say, it's one of those things. It nearly didn't happen today because I had to go to the doctors, and we've got Mrs. Cruncher's car is having to have major works done on the exhaust because the exhaust is fallen off. Well, the back box has fallen off. No worries, people. Thanks for the super chats today. I think that was Rob. I think that was Rob today. So thank you, Rob, for the super chat. And I will be back on Sunday, and I've got some stuff arriving this week, so we've got a few things I can look at on Sunday, so should be interesting. So cheers, people. Thanks for watching, and as I say, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and please feel free to leave any comments, any questions. I'll always try and tackle those if I can. So bye for now, everyone. Catch you on Sunday.